Because you know why? Because I care about people, even the little people, the scum and the vermin who will never come into my house for a piece of bread. I love these people. Yo, Dom, over here. Hey,
Bye.
Dom, hey.
Yo, Dom.
Eagles. That's how I'm doing.
My man.
Go birds.
Hey, Dom, what's going on, brother? How are you? It's good to see you.
I don't have long. I don't have long to live. Just let's get this over with.
And that's the intro.
Who's that pale? Who's that pale guy? Oh, that's me.
Dom, we're actually together.
Oh, your body's yeah. You're not here. You're down at the bar.
Nah.
I still can't believe it works. I know. I got to get over it, but I can't believe that you're really not here.
Yeah,
I'm a little hurt by it. I think you can come and see me. You know, I'm very lonely.
Yeah, we want to. We got to come out sometime soon, man. Maybe after the new year.
Yeah, I'm a little busy until then.
Dom,
Got a lot of offers. Got a lot of irons in the fire.
I loved last week when we like rapped and you were like, ain't this nice? Like it got quiet. You were like, we're just hanging out, but we're not hanging out. You know, you got I don't gotta offer you guys anything.
I'm sorry. Are you still speaking? Yeah, I know. But you can't have beer. You can't. The waitress is nice. She's a hoe, and I love her so. So what do you think of the birds, huh?
I think Brian's the producer of this thing. This is kind of this. I'm out of my element right now.
It's bothersome.
Like cuddling with a man.
No, I'm just no. It's just it feels different.
It looks different. It's very.
We have news. We have news. It is different.
It's awkward for me to look at you two.
Yeah.
I mean, it's awkward for me to look at Steve.
Well,
also.
how's it sound?
Well, it sounds good. You're
I'm just.
yelling.
I'm loud.
Yeah, you're loud.
All right.
Yeah, but
I can't help myself.
That's to be expected.
He hasn't seen me since the show at Philly Live in person.
Yeah. Those
So
are the days, huh?
he complimented me, but he didn't. Like he said I lost weight, but he said I still got a long way to go.
That's boom boom. It's under the cell.
So then this is what he says, Dom. He says, can I say the number?
You could say.
So he said he wanted to get down to 210 because that was his weight when he got married. And I said, that's a great goal, but you still have 20 more to go to be where you should be. You know, I don't think he should settle for 210. I mean, he's a handsome guy. He could shed a couple.
Well, I was told.
Oh, he's a handsome guy. What does that have to do with it?
I was told by my doctor that my target weight is 210, 215. That's what I was told. And they know better than anybody.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'11".
Come over here. I have a scale in my pocket.
No, but
5'11"?
I think your doctor just recommended the 210 because that's what they felt comfortable telling you that they think you could get to. You know, they didn't believe you could get any below 210.
They can't beat around the bush with shit like that. They got to be honest.
Beat around the bush.
No, really, they can't.
They can't.
No, they can't lie about something like that. They're medical professionals. They got to advise you the right way. You're paying them.
Even if they say, nice look, way to look at me.
They never said that.
Are you a doctor guy, Dom? Do you run to the doctor anytime there's anything wrong? You wait till the last minute kind of
I
guy?
get a complete physical checkup every day. You never be too safe.
Do you do the turn and cough every day too? Is that what you look forward to that?
Look, I'm in California. I look like Lazarus from the Bible. So pale. I can't understand. I was out in the sun today for about 3 minutes. I thought don't I look really pale? And you guys look tan?
I don't think so, Don. Why are you so hard on yourself all of a sudden? Jesus
I don't
Christ.
know. I just can't see.
How was your Thanksgiving?
It was terrible.
Was it?
No, it was great. We went over to Russell Peters' house.
Oh, nice.
That's awesome.
His mansion. He's so fucking rich.
That's a great feeling, right? Being in the presence of all that. I'm sure he had an entourage.
All that stuff I'll never have. Yeah. And it's a car I'll never have. No, I've done very well. And I give and I take and let's dance.
How many people does a guy like Russell Peters have over his house on a holiday?
Different races? Can I? Well, was this a kid show?
Oh, it's a multiple different cultures.
No, he has everything. Rappers to priest.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Did he have any?
Russell's very generous. He did our first show here.
Yep. You did one of our shows. Yep.
I think that was
Episode 9.
Yeah, 9. I think it was 9 or 10. I think he did.
It's amazing. He has like a draw in like Peru and India, of course, India. I mean, he's all over the world.
Yeah, I know you said you did a bunch of shows in Ireland, and you did pretty well there. Did you go to any other countries and do shows, or was it just kind of Europe?
Yeah, there was one gig I did France and Paris. They had an Anglophobe club. It was one of those. I did Denmark. And Denmark was so good that I just went at my regular speed, and they had fucking bombed. I said, "What happened?" They said, "You can't. You got to give them a break. It's their second language."
Seriously?
Yeah, and I'm like right there, and I'm thinking, why is this? Wasn't I funny yesterday? What happened? 24 hours shook it out of me, but I learned that lesson, my friends.
Wait, so seriously, when you do shows overseas, you got to keep in mind that your pace needs to like be completely.
Oh yeah, even in Montreal, which has a lot of French Canadians, and so yeah, I change it. Because that's like, because you know why? Because I care about people, even the little people, the scum and the vermin who will never come into my house for a piece of bread. I love these people.
But they'll come to your show, though, right?
Dom, you were talking about how generous Russell is. I actually messaged him that big date night because my wife, Russell's my wife's favorite comic. She's from Russia originally. She's like super excited I bought tickets for a show at NJ Pack, and he answered my message on Instagram, and I told him I would love to get together for a drink, introduce him to my wife. That's cool. He said, absolutely, man. A really nice guy.
Where's that?
It's
that's NJ Pack.
Yeah, I think it's in Newark, right? Isn't it
okay.
Newark? Yeah, I think it's a big center in Newark. It's a beautiful theater. I've seen another show there, not a comedian, but it's a nice spot. That's cool. When is that?
It's this Saturday, but we were going to go to the early show, but he added a late show. That's always a good sign.
Yeah, very good.
And that's actually better for me and my wife because we could put the baby down. My mother comes over, we'll make a whole night out of it. So we're going to the 10 o'clock show. Really excited about it. I've never seen him live before, so that should be cool.
Yeah, he's great. I wish I was as nice as him. I don't have that. I have no feelings in my head. No, he is.
You would describe yourself as a cold individual, Dom Irrera?
Come on, look at this face. Big as his head is. No. Yeah, I like people. You know that. I talk to you. How much more do I have to prove?
You talk to me too. I mean, that's a good sign.
Are you still here? Go do something technical, will you? Let the men talk.
I think is that our show? I think that's all the time we have.
Oh,
for
he's
today.
throwing his weight around, Dom. Hurry up. The ball's on this guy. You believe this shit? Fucking guy.
That was a good acting little hunk, huh? You got your little audition piece?
Dom, the videos he chopped up for
Look
you.
at the
Oh, I'm
microphone.
sorry.
Yeah.
He's fucking directing me now. The videos he chopped up from you from the Dangerfield special are destroying on Instagram, by the way.
Is that good or bad?
That's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Well, what's it mean when you destroy or you
Yeah, it's
kill?
good.
It's a
You
good
running-
thing. What are we up to? 276?
Yeah.
You're up to 276 hits in like 3 days.
76,000.
Yeah.
276.
That's a big difference.
Yeah, 276,000. I mean, honestly, I think it might. I mean, it could be almost 1 million for all of them already, just for the couple.
Don't we get money if there's 1 million?
We're getting some money now. I gotta talk to Sam to set it up, but I think you gotta. Let's see. I don't want to put it on there. Never mind. We'll talk about it later. We'll talk about it after the show.
Just say a number and I'll go, yes. Yeah, what happened?
We lost. I guess we lost the connection. That was crazy. Never happened before.
Let's hope it never happens again. You're out of here.
Yeah, that was.
I don't have time like that, young man.
Yeah, that was. My heart skipped a beat.
That's not good.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just.
I I thought you were fucking with me.
No, man. Yeah. So yeah. Sorry about that. I don't know if it was just a shaky Wi-Fi or something.
Dom, we actually got together tonight. We're gonna make it a guys' night out. He left his fiance at home. I left my wife at home. We're here in Atlantic City. We're gonna go gamble, and we might grab dinner at Chefola. Have you ever ate there before? The cellar?
Yeah, I remember I told you when I first met you. Yeah, you wanted to bring me over there, but I couldn't because of the show.
Yeah,
because I take my craft seriously, unlike you. Give me a free glass of wine and you're there.
Wait. Because I like to fine dine before my gigs, that means I don't take my craft seriously? Come on, Dom.
Yeah, yes, it does. It does mean that.
Wow, all right. So I got to fast before
Here we go.
I got to fast before my shows.
You don't have to fast. You don't have to pig out either.
I do tend to go a little bit overboard. I'll admit that.
What's that? 210? Is that what your doctor's aiming for?
That's my goal. I'm at 228 right now.
I want to just be fat. I don't want to be. Was it morbidly obese? Or...
Yeah, that's the next step above fat is morbidly obese.
I can't believe he said that to me.
Who, me?
No, you said you look like you lost weight, but you got a long way to go. That was like, what the
oh, you know, my doctor said to me, honest to God, he goes, how's it going? How am I doing? He goes, we all die. We all have to die sometime.
Jesus.
That's it. That's the story. That's encouraging.
It's much worse than what I said. But
yeah,
that was just a one-time thing. I hope, Dom. I hope you don't keep doing the same.
Go ahead.
No, I said I hope you don't say that regularly. I hope it was a one-time thinger. You know. Did you get a chance to see Dave Chappelle's monologue for SNL?
I did.
What'd you think?
I don't understand it. He's way over my head.
You're full of shit.
You know, the thing is, I mean, I like Dave, and I think he's a great comedian. When he gets serious, I don't care. If I really want to learn about, I'll watch the news and different things. I'm not going to go to a comedian. You know, like there's a lot of these guys sometimes, they just have to pontificate.
Right.
I feel like they take advantage of their voice.
Well, Dave seems to, nobody has timing like him. It's so slow. He could turn 5 minutes into an hour with the cigarette, and you know, I mean, I really do think the world of him. But those little tricks, they don't fool me. They're eating up time. If he stops and gets a drag a cigarette, he gets an applause break because it must have me. I missed something. You know?
That's an interesting take, man. I never thought about it like that.
Well, I heard Dom did a podcast with Greg Fitzsimmons
yeah,
a couple months ago.
Very funny, yeah.
Hysterical. And one of the questions Greg asked Dom was there anybody that like worked into the stand-up circuit that really surprised you and took a really long time? And Dom brought up Chris Rock.
Oh, really?
He said how Chris Rock used to stutter. He was awkward. Do you remember that conversation with Greg?
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
Now he's one of the best comedians.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
Yeah. What? When did you see him like early on in his career? And he like wasn't.
I saw him when he was 19. Eddie Murphy brought him into the comic strip.
Damn.
And you know, he was. I don't know. I looked at him and go, "What's he doing?" He said, "He can barely talk. He's going to be a comedian."
Wow.
You know. Will Smith is doing a lot of shit again. He's bombarding the media. Have you seen him?
Yeah, he's promoting a movie. Have you seen this?
No, I haven't seen it. What
Tonight Show, Trevor Noah.
Big smile, loves everybody, son of a bitch. I can't believe he did that to Rock. Of all the people.
You want to see if we can get him on the show?
No, I wouldn't want to talk to him. I'm embarrassed. He's from Philly. He's a sucker. He's a guy like 50 pounds lighter than you.
Yeah. Yeah, it was such a weird situation.
Well, Chris Rock said when it happened, he said this is going to go down as one of the best moments in show business history. Because I think he's done a great job not talking about it too. You know, lately it's like he kind of teases the public with it.
Are you talking about Rock?
Yeah, Rock.
Well, I heard just recently he started working out material related to the subject because everywhere he goes, people are heckling him, bringing it up.
Yeah, that happened to Bill Burr when he did that thing in Camden.
Mm-hmm.
So many people wanted to see that again. And it was an improv. He said I had to stop going with that radio show because people were coming out there and expecting the same thing. He said that was it, one and out. That's what made it so funny.
Yeah. You can't duplicate that.
Do you think with the new era of comedy, how everything is taped, does that make it more challenging to generate and write new contact, like context, or what's your opinion on that? Or it was always the same?
Well, I don't understand the question.
No, I'm saying the content you put out now, everybody's always taping, they're posting it.
Oh yeah, you got to be careful what you put out because it ain't coming back.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were talking about that. I don't want to. You've been great in picking what material to put down because I don't think I would know, but it's really amazing. The very first thing that went out, how that's just holy shit. Wish it did that well on stage.
Oh, that first clip he chopped up.
Yeah.
It's I was talking to Steve about it too. It's fun for me to edit the stand up because I feel like I can get in your head with the writing. It's cool. It's just I don't know. It's so fascinating to me.
That's really the stuff that's gaining fans right now is these jokes that are shot right, good quality, right to the punchline. Every bit that he's chopped up for you thus far has been spot on.
It's funny because I never think of them as jokes. It's just part of the flow, and then sometimes you hit a joke accidentally, and it's an amazing phenomenon. And I'm an amazing comedian. Let's dance.
We know that, Dom.
I'm on my way out. Come and see me now.
I don't know if we talked about this before, but I was thinking about it now. What made you want to be a comedian? I don't know if I've ever asked you that.
It had nothing to do with me. It was them. They needed a laugh. And I brought it to them. Hot toddy. Here you go. Well, it's the only thing I could do. I'm very fortunate and I have no talent. So I have one shot at life. If I could, better be a comedian, maybe with a couple acting gigs, and that's it. That's all I get.
Yeah, but
I never fucking fixed anything. I swear to God, never in my life that I don't have chores because I wouldn't know what to do. Somebody goes, I got to do chores today. What are you doing? I said, I ain't doing chores. I don't know what they are.
Dom, you're preaching to the choir right now. First time I'm a homeowner, and I'm fucking calling everybody to fix shit. I can't put a light bulb in.
See, that I'm good at. Light bulbs. I love to put a good big light bulb.
I'm trying to gain some sort of camaraderie. You know what, Dom? I'm done.
You're done? You're breaking up?
No, but you were saying you weren't good at anything, but you taught for a while, so I guess you liked. Was it English or history that you taught?
I taught fourth grade. Everything they wanted to know, especially.
All right, so you didn't really. So you didn't really have to be that smart, right? If you're teaching elementary school, is that?
One page ahead of them. I saw.
I like how our podcast tries to go normal and serious, and then it just spikes up to loose and bullshit and what the fuck?
Just got to shit on each other,
Oh man, Dom, that's hysterical. Actor first, though, right? You were an actor first.
I was an actor, yeah, in Miami. You may recognize me from my role as the rabbi in Fiddler on the Roof. Blessing on your head, mazel tov, like grandma's father said, is that your son and Shaw? What do you think, everybody? And that was when the Jews were getting...
I just can't believe how somebody that was an aspiring actor first goes down as one of the best stand-ups to ever work the club circuit ever. And I know you don't like saying that about yourself, Dom, and you're very but it's just crazy that initially when you got into the entertainment industry, being a stand-up comic wasn't the goal. It's crazy.
I like playing with people more than myself. So I liked improv and that kind of stuff because I like team, instead of just me up there alone. But if just here alone is much more lucrative. you know. I mean, now, I mean, I love doing it, but sometimes I just want somebody across that's going to help me with this fucking pain.
Dom, when you did a lot of your acting work, was it improvisation or it was more script?
Well, both. But we had my ex-wife, Lisa Mendy.
Mm-hmm.
She, the mother of the ugly baby on Seinfeld.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's a thing.
She was really funny and really talented. And we were in this improv group, and we had a lot of fun. And Michael King was in it. He's the executive producer on Sex and the City.
Mm-hmm.
And we had really good people. And I loved it. But we had to get money, so I got money by going out to $65 to $100 gigs. It was packing on.
Welcome to my world. Still battling through.
$100 was a lot more back then, though.
No, it's crazy.
You said something that you liked playing with people. Something that I always found interesting is like, I don't know why I do this, but sometimes I'll lie to my fiance, you know, but not about something that's like important, you know, but I'll just like say something to see, you know, how I can like manipulate. It's a little crazy, but I do it for like a joke, you know.
It's more than a little crazy. It's sick.
Well, I know my wife's listening, and baby, I don't lie. I love you more than anything in the world. See that, Dom? That's called a save right there, Dom.
What's her name?
My wife, Elena.
Elena?
Yes.
He's full of bullshit. You're better than this, Elena. You could come away with me tonight. It's crazy. Get that out. You love her, right?
Oh, I love her to death.
I
made a vow, Dom Irrera. You know how Italians are. Anything that gets done in the church is legit. You know?
That's why I never go into the church. Yeah,
you're a practicing Catholic, right?
I'm gonna get it down soon. Yeah, I mean, if I'm in trouble, you know, like if I'm in trouble, I need God. If when I don't need Him, it's just all existential bullshit.
Ain't that horrible that a lot of Italians are that way? Ain't that crazy?
I think
that's brutally honest.
Well, I think a lot of people are like that, though.
When they're facing death, hard times financially, they lose a job, then they start going to the church.
Uh-huh.
Why are we that way?
See, that's drama. The way you say that. I ask God for, you know, peace, and I ask for material things, you know, like spiritual things you can, you know, build, sell, and bullshit them, but material things like a new car. And I know there's a lot of trouble around the world, but I just don't turn the news on anymore. I don't care, you know. Nice, thank you, God.
Did you hear about that volcano in Hawaii?
2 volcanoes.
Oh, there was 2. Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's what.
Right now they're going off. That's a nice comforting thing. It's a nice comforting thing to wake up to. Honey, we got to get out of here. The volcano's exploding. Don't look back. You get it right in the face.
Dom, you might mush yourself, man. I heard the big one is coming.
I'll give you a big one. I'll give you a big one right out of my stinking pants.
Yeah, but that's crazy.
They've been talking about that for years. The big one
the
hitting
volcano?
the LA area.
What, a volcano?
No,
an
the earthquake.
earthquake. Oh,
They're
earthquake.
saying there's going to be one that's going to like so bad that like half the coast is going to go.
I mean, it's got to happen. It's got to happen eventually. Sorry, Dom.
One goes right down Manhattan. Goes right through Manhattan. One of those faults.
Oh, I didn't know that.
From an earthquake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course.
Wow.
Yeah, because they're like.
I don't know about the one in Philly though.
There's plates.
No, I sat. Believe it or not, the only earthquake that hit the Philly area, I was working at a casino one night, and the chips fell off the table. It was crazy.
Oh man!
If you looked it up, it happened 2011. Crazy. So like I visit my family in California every year. The one earthquake I was in was in Philly.
That's funny.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I was going to an audition and I didn't know what had happened, you know, because the car started shaking. It was a brand new car, and I went, fucking Honda, piece of shit. And then I looked up and there was birds there with their hair feathers like back, like they looked scared, you know.
Right.
And I realized, oh, this is it, you know.
Shit. Were you were driving in the car when it happened?
I went into sausage and something pizza, trying to build up my belly. And well, I said, no, I'm not going to do a joke like that. I was going to do a joke but then I feel like a pandering. Do the joke.
Do the joke. Do the joke.
Yeah, we don't get many. I mean, I don't want to say it and jinx it because in Hawaii, in Miami, I went to college. We didn't have one hurricane the whole time. 5 years later, whatever, there's one every semester
Yeah,
now.
they say every September there's usually hurricane season.
September, October, November.
You lived in Florida for a while, you know.
Yeah, I mean, when I was there though, I was there for a year and a half, and we didn't get one bad storm. Got lucky. I had worse flooding down here at the Jersey Shore when I lived in Ventnor. The flooding was worse all the time too.
Nah, like people get funny about that. Like I feel like people from the East Coast, none of them want to move out west because they say earthquake, fires. Dom, how many years are you in LA? Have you ever been feared from like the fires?
No, I've seen it where it covers the cars though.
Really?
The ashes, yeah. I've never been close to it. I mean, it's a lot of trees here, a lot of open spaces. So,
do you know anybody that's ever been affected by that? Like their home burnt down?
No.
You know what I'm saying?
The news has to make it big news, and a lot of times they're just it's overkill. But look what happened. How are you okay? They're calling me up. I'm like 600 miles away from that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like when there's a blizzard, the bread and milk, like go out and there's like a panic because like I'm saying, my family's out west. They that's all they talk about is the snow. I'll never move out there. You just get hit with blizzards and hurricanes, and then we fight with them. We're like the fires and the earthquakes.
It doesn't really snow that much out here. It really doesn't.
What do you get? One storm over 2 feet? What? Every 10 years?
Yeah, something like that.
It ain't like it happens all the time. Yeah. Now, when I lived in Chicago, Dom, you talk about bad winters.
Oh, yeah.
I bet you have stories from doing clubs where the snow was 3 to 4 feet and people came out and packed the club.
Yeah, I was in Rochester, New York, and you couldn't fucking move. I went in and it was packed, and I'm just saying, how do they get here? Those trucks that can drive right up a hill.
Well, I just feel like those cities that get a lot of snow, it's nothing to them.
Yeah, they're used to it. They deal with it all the time. They got snow tires or the trucks, the 4x4s.
Like when I lived out the Midwest and I lived in Albany for a while, they never closed schools.
Yeah.
No.
But in Philly, you get a coding.
Well, in Philly too, yeah. I mean, you got so many kids that got to take the public transit too to get to school, right? In the city.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, if the public transit's messed up, they're not trying to put the kids out on that.
Yeah, but Chicago.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like Chicago, like they would say that 6 feet are coming, and everybody, the streets would be packed.
Yeah.
But with the snow plowing and the salt, they were on it like it was like.
Yeah, every day.
It didn't even affect anything.
Yeah.
How about here? We got a desert climate. It rains about 3 times a year. When it rains, they go, "It's raining! Oh, get in the house! Get her in the house!" They act like it's such a big deal.
I don't know if I would want to live someplace that doesn't rain. Like it's just like a desert. I don't know. Something about it seems weird to me. Like there's no water.
Well, I feel like that about snow in this time of year. Like I think it's bizarre to live in a warm climate during the.
Where you at now? You're in AC right now?
Yeah, we're in AC.
I miss that place.
It's not the same. It's not the same as it used to be.
It ain't the same Atlantic City, dude.
What happened? My friend Jim Whalen when he was mayor, it was going pretty well.
Oh, you're buddies with Jim Whalen?
I was till he died.
Yeah, oh, that's pretty cool. They got a Whalen Hall. I think they named the convention center after him, right?
Did they really? I don't know.
Yeah. There's a couple buildings named after him here.
I know he was never going to make it because he was honest. We don't know.
What does Dom Irrera think about honest politicians?
I think they go nowhere. They're bullshitting. Really, you got to be a big fat fucking liar.
Yeah, that's how you gotta make it. When you came down to AC, what casinos would you go to? I know we were actually talking on the phone. My buddy's dad worked at the Sands, like opened the Sands, like back in, I don't know, when they opened, the 80s, the casinos.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so he
Early-
opened in the 80s, and he was saying that, he saw Dom on a bunch of shows, but he also said one night Robin Williams came down, and he was doing a show for a whole week. And then after the show, he just came up to him like all coked up and was like, "Hey, what are you guys doing after the show?" And he was like, "Well, we're going to the bar across the street." And then so he brought him to the Continental, I think it was the bar across the street from the Sands. And he said Robin Williams did a 4-hour set on top of the bar.
God.
The whole night. He said the bar was open until like 4 a.m.
Wow.
And he said he was just up there like holding court and just went off. He said it was probably the single greatest night of his life.
Damn. Did you ever work with him, Dom?
I did improv with him a few times. Yeah, good guy, really good guy. He stole a lot of jokes, but I swear he's so fucking bright, so retentive that he couldn't help it. And I remember he paid a friend of mine $2,500 for these jokes he wrote. He wrote him a check. He said, "I'm sorry, I couldn't help it." He said, "Fuck it."
Really?
Yeah.
No, well, I used to listen to your other podcasts, Dom Irrera at the Laugh Factory, and I was just going to bring it up, but you guys, a lot of you and the national headliners every now and then, this is 8-9 years ago before he passed, would bring up how Robin just had that reputation.
Yeah.
Where but you used to say how unconscious it was.
I don't think he was malicious. I just think he was nuts.
Yeah, you think that's what it was? I mean,
Yeah.
how was he off stage? Like
Very quiet, very but he was all right. I remember we were taking cabs across town doing improv, and he was normal, just normal, and
just kind of like a regular
if he
guy?
got in front of people, he had to go into a shtick,
Right.
and they treated him that way too. So I remember the first time I did improvs with him, there was another guy named Steve Schaefer, a friend of mine, really good comedian, and we're doing the improv, and they're fighting each other. So I just backed up and let it go, And when he got off stage, he said, "What did you think?" I said, "Look, if you're going to bully us, you're already Mork. You'll probably be a movie star. I can't compete with that."
Wow.
And then the next night we went in to Catch a Rising Star, and he did the best fucking improvs we ever did together, because he was listening.
Mm-hmm.
And improv.
Catch a Rising Star, isn't that just stand up?
No, improv.
Oh, really?
And then
I thought that was a stand up club.
Pat Benatar started there as a waitress, I think, and then she, sang. Of course, it was
Wow, I didn't.
incredible.
Wow. I don't think I've ever seen an improv show. Do you just pick a topic?
Well, they usually have improv theaters. That's what I was accustomed to.
Well, Second City used to have it, and
yeah, when I was in Chicago, Dom, they would never have an improv show at the Improv in I don't even know if I'm saying the town right. Schaumburg, Illinois.
Yeah, that's right.
They had an improv there. You would never see an improv show there. That was a stand-up club. They had Zanies in Rosemont, Zanies downtown, and they had the Laugh Factory in downtown Chicago, and then they had Jokes and Notes that closed. That was the South Side. But the stand-up clubs, they would never do improv.
No,
never.
Well, we did it
In stand-up clubs. Well,
yeah.
It was. I guess it was different.
Yeah, but Dom, can you explain to me would you guys pick a topic or something, and then you would kind of go off of that in front of a crowd? Is that kind of what it was?
We did one thing called freezes, right? We talking and freeze. Then you have to act like something's in your hands, and just goes from there. And it can be very physical. Some people say they're improvs, but they're rehearsed. They cheated, Some of that Second City stuff was definitely a routine that they've always done. I got an offer to go out there, but I was falling in love with them in New York, so I didn't go. But they offered me a job with their road gigs until I got to Chicago, which was the best place to play.
Oh, you loved working that circuit?
I didn't get to work all of it because I didn't take the job, but I've worked some of this. Yeah, I mean that area they're really into improv, so it made it easier. But you know what I mean. I just like team things. It's more fun than standing up there alone to me. And you got to worry about maybe a movie star punching you in the face for no reason.
Well, I guess now that I'm thinking about it, Whose Line Is It Anyway? That was an improv show,
Yeah,
right?
that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
They rehearsed that in the morning. They
Yeah.
rehearsed that.
Really?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I was really disappointed because I thought it was improv too. Most of it was all written.
That makes sense.
Go
I
ahead,
feel
sue me out there wherever you are.
Wait,
Sue me.
how did Drew Carey get involved in that show? Did he do stand up and improv?
Yeah,
Was
he owned the rights to a lot of things because his show was a hit.
the Drew Carey
And
show. Yep.
was it? Did you ever watch it? I never watched it.
Yeah,
it was
it
on
was-
one.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Yeah, that was
I
that was on
thought-
when I was a kid.
I thought you killed it. His roast, by the way. That was.
Ah, you remember that?
I'm a Dom Irrera diehard. You know this.
Jeez,
If it makes you feel any better, I never watched it.
whew, that's my kind of person.
But I'm sure it was great.
So, were you and Drew Carey friends? How'd you get that gig?
We were friends. I'm on the roast thing.
Yeah, for Drew
Well,
Carey.
he asked for me for the roast. Yeah, that was the Friars Club in New York. We did this big room at the Sheridan, and yeah, I was just busting his balls. It was fun. I mean, that's when I started. I started to do roast, but Jeff. What's Jeff's last name?
Jeff Ross.
Yeah, Ross.
Jeff Ross took it to a completely different level because he's so fucking great at writing those jokes. I'm too tired to fucking try and get. I mean, I just want to take a nap, and he's great at that. I mean, I've done it with him several times, but it's really he's my favorite of those guys. And there was a girl who was really good. I can't remember her name. That's a lot of help on the talk show.
Nikki Glazer?
No.
No.
Anyway, she's pretty.
Whitney Cummings, maybe? I don't know.
No.
But I know Jeff.
Just keep
Ross-
naming guys forever.
No, well, I
Eliza
heard
Schlesinger.
I heard from a couple stand-ups that whenever these Comedy Central roasts happen now, that Jeff Ross is like a part of a writing team, and a lot of these celebrities like Martha Stewart, Snoop Dogg, Shaq, these guys that aren't stand-ups, Jeff and the rest of the team, they consolidate jokes for them.
Yeah, it's true. He was there with the Bruce Willis roast. He helped Bruce out, and he was fucking great. He closed the show.
I don't remember his set, but I remember him on it. But like when you did that Comedy Central roast and Jeff's a part of the writing team, did he try to critique any of your material? Like,
No, I wish he had.
No, well, no, you killed. I'm just curious. Like, do they try to like mess with your shit? Like,
Well, no, they look at it like they're helping you. So,
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, the writing to me is the hardest part of the whole thing. If somebody wants to help me, bring it on. You know.
Yeah.
The thing about Willis was good for me because I knew him so well. And I think it makes it really a lot. Although, what's her name? That blonde Martha Stewart. She was fucking terrific. And I remember saying to the audience, I didn't think I'd be worried about following Martha Stewart, but I was. She was fucking funny.
She's
Dennis
good.
Rodman was so drunk, he couldn't get the mic in the stand, and then he was so tall, they couldn't get his. I felt so bad for him because on the show you'll see he's only in for about 30 seconds, but in the real life thing, he was there for about 10 minutes, which is an eternity, to try and get your mic into the stand.
wait, so he struggled and they edited it? Like
Yeah,
his
yeah,
set?
they didn't
Oh,
want to make him. I mean, he was doing nothing.
Right.
Trying to like a big retard. No, like a big person who needs help. What's the right thing to say now?
It's a tough
Whatever
question.
it is, I never want to hurt anybody's feelings, but I thought it was a perfect word. 2 syllables, retard. Yeah. Now you got to say.
Dom, can I ask a question as a fan, not as a comic and a friend?
And you are who?
My name's Steve. Steve Ronaldo.
Steve.
Quick question. The Petey joke, big Petey, little Petey, that bit.
Genius, I tell you, genius.
How long did that take to write, and is there a story behind it? I always wanted to ask you that question.
I don't know. I mean, I had one friend that gave me Jimmy the Woman. He goes, "You think that's funny, Jimmy the Woman?" I go, "I love that." He said, "Dude, use it for that thing." Joe Bag of Donuts, I must have heard somewhere because I know that I didn't write it, but I was given credit that I did it because I brought it to the public. But everybody liked it. Bada Boom, Bada Bing was part of the neighborhood. I was part of South Philly. I lived there till I was 7 or 8. And then I moved out on my own, went to college, and opened my dance class. Look at my legs.
Dom, but it's so crazy how everybody in South Philly has a nickname. Like my generation, I grew up.
What were you?
Real talk.
Do you have a nickname?
I grew up with Frankie Dirtball, Larry Throat, and Redheaded Frankie.
Redheaded Frankie.
These are all guys I grew up with. That's what their names. I had one guy, they called him Monkey because he looked like a monkey.
Yeah.
His nickname now to this day is Monk.
Really?
Oh yeah, they abbreviate the slang. Yeah, it's hilarious. But I mean, some of those things really happened to my uncle. Remember that joke? How you doing? My wife's a pain in the ass. She's always busting my balls. My daughter's married too. That was really my uncle. I mean, that was word for word. They always said stuff like that, and some of them about a thumb up somebody's ass. Look at him over there, fucking with his thumb up his ass. I never saw anybody put the thumb up their ass, but that was his particular.
Yeah, that's a great joke. It's so funny. It's so relatable.
See how he's saying he used his experiences to a bit, because I heard an interview with Eddie Murphy recently, and they talked about one of his favorite, like his most known and favorites amongst his fans is the ice cream. The ice cream. And he said that wasn't really a relative. It was a friend from the neighborhood or something along those lines. But, you know, I was always curious if you grew up with guys with those names.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and even though they weren't Italian, the Irish guys had Flea. And this one guy, malnutrition was his full name. They call him Malnu.
Malnu?
Because he couldn't get, he had like 8 kids in his family. He couldn't get any food, so he was always real thin.
Dom,
and his brother, yeah.
I meant to tell you this. When we're on the phone, sometimes you break you break balls about the slang, like I'm chilling, I'm hanging out.
Right.
So I made a list. I'm going to show Brian right now.
You're not going to read all those, are you?
Well, there's a couple that are like, I thought are Philly, or they might just be a general.
Yeah.
There's always tomorrow. Did you ever hear that one?
Yeah.
There's always tomorrow. Tomorrow's another day.
Tell it to a guy and then.
Tomorrow's another day. If these walls can talk.
Yeah.
That's how I roll.
Oh, God. I hate that one. I hate that one, and threw me under the bus. Who the fuck's strong enough to lift a bus?
He breaks my balls on the phone sometimes. Wait, I'll keep you in the loop.
Oh yeah.
That one, or the one that I hate too is let's touch base.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll touch base soon.
Here we go. You do what you have to do.
Yeah.
Personally, I like that one. You know.
So you think there's some truth to that? All right.
What's the one that really bugs me about?
Chilling.
So it's all good. It's all good. No, it's not all good. It's mostly bad. There's a sick child in there. We can't afford to get the medicine. That's all good. You know, that pisses me off. That one.
I wish I could be a fly on the wall.
Yeah, right. No, you don't. They live for 24 hours. You don't exactly plan for college in that amount of time.
Oh my God. Oh, jeez.
See,
you want to end it with a laugh?
You thought that was going to be a terrible, awkward segment for the podcast. And when I talked to Dom, I ripped these off to him, and he has me in tears. He thought I was going down an awkward path there as your co-host. See that? I'll never drink white wine on this show again, Dom Irrera.
Why's that?
Because the director is nervous about the production.
I just thought it was a dumb topic. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was a dumb topic, but I'm wrong. I stand corrected. That's why I'm just the technical guy, not the comedian.
You're not just anything. You're you, and we're all proud of you, right, guys?
Dom Irrera, this is what I like to call Friendsgiving. Do you know what Friendsgiving is? Are you a Friendsgiving type of guy?
Is that a Jello mold you bring to the dinner? I don't know, but what is it? Tell me.
Come on.
Yeah, it's just something that young people say, that they have a Thanksgiving dinner with their friends at some date that is not Thanksgiving, rather than spend it with their family. That's all it is.
Okay.
Everybody that's a millennial or under does Friendsgiving. And I kind of think, in my opinion, I think it's weird.
Yeah, I mean, if they're your friends, just invite them to Thanksgiving.
My
you know?
point. That's
Yeah.
that's the Italian Guinea in me. If you were my friend, I'd tell you to stop over the house.
Right, exactly.
What am I
Right.
fucking doing another dinner? None of you know how to cook. This fucking asshole don't bring anything. You know,
Yeah, I wouldn't do it.
it's like a new holiday. Oh man.
Want to close with that? I got to go. I'm doing a podcast. What's it called? Pod slam.
Podcast?
When did this start?
2006 or 7, I think. 5, maybe.
I remember being with Joe Rogan at his house in the hills, and he goes, "I'm doing this thing." He says, "People, I'm getting all these followers," and he says something. It's like a movement or something. Boy, was he right, huh? He says, "Why don't you come and do it? Do it every day with me." I'm thinking, I don't want to do it every day. It's a long ride. Maybe I should have stuck with him, huh?
Yeah.
Nah, I'm proud of him. He's got his path. He's carved his own path out of the whole thing. He doesn't look. He doesn't audition. He does what the fuck he wants.
Well, I mean, that guy Brian Redband didn't.
I like Redband.
He produced a show early on for him, man. Those two guys really paved the way. I mean,
He
that's the
did
reason.
Kill Tony also.
Yeah, he's still doing Kill Tony, but those guys paved the way for all this stuff. It's the reason I do it. It's cool.
How did Rogan link up with him?
Probably at the Comedy Store.
Yeah, he's a comedian. Yeah, he did stand up.
He was a late nighter and a parking lot guy.
Yeah,
Like a lot of them are.
yeah.
What do you mean by that? Like more of a hang? Like didn't get paid?
No, it's a job. They get him a job, but these guys aren't real bouncers. They're like half your size. Like 150 pounds.
Yeah.
Tubby.
You didn't even catch that.
No, it took me a second.
Oh
Yeah, it
my
took me a
God!
second.
You
So,
know what?
who's,
That's the goat right
Yeah.
there.
Whose show are you doing?
That's not your business.
Fair enough.
Your business is what happens in here. Work on this thing. I think you're doing a great job, guys.
We'll wrap it up.
Appreciate
Dom
you.
Irrera, you're the best. We'll see you next time.
Yo, Dom, over here.
Bye.
Hey, Dom, hey.
Yo, Dom.